Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Tuesday Talks with Ashley Hannah, a licensed real estate agent in North and South Carolina, and Angelo Datseris, who is a mortgage broker serving the same few states. I think he's licensed in a few other states too. But as always, make sure you drop any questions you want to have answered in the comments below, and Angelo and I will take some time to answer questions. And yeah, so I am just waiting on Angelo to hop on, and hopefully he has a better internet connection today, because that's always one of our things that we struggle with sometimes. But I hope everyone had a great Labor Day weekend, and I just see he hopped on, so there he is. Hey,
Yo, what's going on?
how's it going?
It's going, man. It is going. Just trying to grab a little lunch. Take a little lunch break and do a little Tuesday talks. How you doing?
Yeah, we don't eat lunch. What's lunch?
Right. I need an IV is what I need.
Right, that's right. Actually,
What do you think about the
I was gonna say
scrap?
you're looking a little different.
Yeah, I'm just going for a different look.
Like a little loony thing.
A yellow bit, maybe. If I could pull that off, I'd love to. So we'll see how this goes. I've only done it once before, a long time ago, just to see how it looked, and I hated it. So, but now that I got my grays coming in, maybe it's look a little bit more distinct.
There you go. You'll look very wise. You there?
Yeah, sorry about that. So a call came in, so I just had to block. I had to block everybody. So, so what's going on in your world, sister?
Well, I was able to take a few days off, which I haven't been able to do probably
I saw that. Good for you.
since May or June, April. I don't know.
Whatever. Months ago.
I did still write an offer, and I met some clients to just do a little inspection on their house to take care of any last minute concerns they had. So, but I think that fall is starting to set in, and I'm hoping that we're going to see some more listings hit, because it is like slim pickings still.
Yeah. Who was I talking to? I was talking actually to my cousin of mine who lives in Springfield, Massachusetts, and his son is a real estate agent up there, and it's exactly like it is here. Like no inventory. Yeah, no inventory. Houses are going for over asking, yada yada yada. So it's like that. I mean, he's in a nice area too in Springfield, but yeah, it's interesting to hear there are other areas. I guess many areas like having the same problems.
Except there's one area I know for a fact that is not experiencing the kind of hot real estate market, so to speak, and that is San Francisco.
Really?
Oh my God! I mean, first of all, people are wanting to get out of there. And I think it has something to do, I was listening to a podcast, and it sounds like it has something to do with the fact that California has been their, lockdown situation there has been extremely strict. And I know that's made things difficult. And a lot of companies have gone ahead and just said, you know what, we are doing a work from home, like through 2021 at least. So, the market there is already at the top, right? Everything is so
Right.
expensive in San Francisco.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't have experience, but I've
Right.
heard. Yeah.
So I think people are trying to move out of there. And like, for example, I was just reading some headlines for today. Robin Williams has, he passed away, but his estate is up on the market in the Bay Area, and he's had to cut the price. I guess they had to cut the price to 1.25 million. And it's been on the market for a while there.
Wow.
But I know, New York City too is also seeing some struggles. Like people are moving to the suburbs. I mean, this is all a shift that we knew was going to happen because of what happened during COVID. I don't think that we're going to see it so much here in the South because our cities, it's not, yes, there might be a little bit of it, but our cities aren't as, I think, stark as like New York City and San Francisco.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see mass exodus, in my opinion, like you are.
Yeah, and I've heard California too. There's like I've listened to some podcast of famous people out there. They're moving to Texas and because they're on lockdown. They want to get out. So yeah, I guess it's going to be like that with a lot of different cities around the country. It's crazy.
I also heard that isn't like really real estate related, but I think it's going to affect real estate. That Uber is going to pull out of California because of the regulations have gotten so strict, and like it's just making it impossible to do business there.
Wow, I had no idea that was happening.
Yeah. I think James told me that from a Joe Rogan podcast he was listening to.
Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, obviously, every state's laws, they affect real estate. I think, how easy it is for people to do business, how, what kind of tax incentives are there. I mean, it's all a machine that kind of makes the market ebb and flow.
Right.
Also, did you hear about how there's not going to be any evictions through 2020?
I've heard that, but I know, like, now is that strictly residential? Does that deal with commercial? Because I've heard, residential, yes, and the commercial, they're like, we don't care. We're not, or, you're not paying the rent, you're out.
For residential?
Or for commercial.
Oh, for commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're definitely going to see a shift with commercial real estate. Or because
more of it
out. Yeah. Where is that? I'm trying to find that article that I had pulled up about oh yeah, here it is. It says renters in US cannot be evicted through the end of the year due to coronavirus. And this was in a CDC order. This is on a Market Watch article. It's protecting US renters losing their homes during COVID-19 pandemic. It was announced on Tuesday. It will apply to all rental units nationwide until December 31st. It goes into effect immediately. And it would cover around 40 million renters.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I mean, okay, what about the landlord?
Right, like the landlords, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I bet you I think it's going to be a constant change when, like, everything's going to change constantly. There's going to be either new rules or new guidelines or new guidance on how to do things because we're all trying to figure this crap out, I mean, lenders, we're still making changes to certain things since this started. So, it could change, it may not change, but it's hard to say exactly. I think it's hard to say exactly what's going to happen, a month from now because who knows, if how many more, cases or just whatever. I mean, I think this Labor Day weekend, I saw parties left and right with people partying with like on, just on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, having these huge, massive parties, like school parties too, like at the universities. Okay. With no social distancing, no mask, no nothing. So is there going to be a spike? Probably. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I think that it seems to me that whenever there has been a spike, it's after these like 3-day holiday weekends.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh, you know,
for sure.
I, you know, I'm still taking all precautions with my clients, you know, but it hasn't slowed down the real estate industry, at least here in the Carolinas. It's just changed how we do it.
Correct. Right.
So, and a part of me thinks that maybe like this is going to be just how it is now. And that's, you know, whatever. I think that we're able to adapt.
Right.
But we, you know, we always want our clients to be safe and healthy and not worry about like people. I mean, you're selling your house and you have strangers entering into your home.
Right.
That's
Exactly. I mean,
scary. So I
yeah.
feel like she's done a good job of adapting to make the level of comfort with sellers, you know, to help increase that confidence.
Right. I mean, have they loosened up on the guidelines when it comes to how many people can be in the house at one time, or is it just real estate agent and then the couple, or what, if it's a single person, just that person? Have
You
they
know,
changed that?
it is a little bit loosened up, but people like agents aren't taking that risk. Like, you know,
Right.
we're not going to have more than 5 people in a party going to tour a house. You know, I have seen some things that I don't necessarily agree with, like there being, you know, overlapping showings allowed and things like that. But I don't feel comfortable, you know, exposing my clients to that situation. But to each is their own, I guess. And you know, I don't really see the need of doing a lot of open houses. That's just my personal
Yeah.
thing. I think that like doing a virtual open house can pretty much accomplish the same things. I mean, my opinion may switch on that, but
Sure.
you know, I tend to be a little overly neurotic about stuff.
What?
You
No.
know, you know, but yeah, I did see too another headline about it was that don't expect rates to drop much lower or something like that.
Yeah, so they came out with that the remember that refi fee that I was talking about, that
Yeah.
0.5%. So they have pushed the implementation of that until December 1st.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's the catch that you need to know, and all people purchasing need to know.
Okay.
Prior to um the first way that the bill is written is half a point per, like one half point pricing addition to any cash out refis and regular refinances. Now they added purchases in there as well as of December 1st.
So this is going to be it's going to affect purchases.
It's going to affect purchases as well, December 1st. Yep. So now here's the thing. You have to think the life, like the life of a loan. So yes, it goes into effect December 1st, but that's to any and all loans that are sold to Fannie and Freddie after the 1st. So you have to close and fund and have that your home's the loan sold, which is usually what happens prior to December 1st. Or maybe was it December 1st or January 1st? I think
I
yeah,
think
December. Yeah, it was December. So you have to you gotta be strategic when you do this. So you have to make sure that when you're going through underwrite that you lock the loan and you close the loan, and you can at least get the loan sold a few weeks before they sell it to Fannie, because lenders are going to start putting that adjustment on their rate sheets in I would think October, November. Because you got to think either 60-day closings or 45. I know closings happen in more than 30 days, but there's a lot of people that don't close.
right.
And you know, so it's closed, funded, sold to Fannie Mae after the 1st.
Well, and sometimes I don't know this, but like sometimes they don't sell necessarily right away. Right?
Yes, they don't sell right away. What I'm seeing right now with my main lender that I use is and it's getting sold and it's getting sold to Fannie and Freddie. They're selling it. They may keep the servicing, but they're going to sell it immediately. Now that this is happening, they're going to get that off their books, so they don't pay that fee.
Okay, so give me an example of what this fee is going to look like, right?
All right, so let's do the average median price Charlotte, 287 or so, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit higher, but yeah,
let's just do 289. All
okay.
Right? 289, 290. So let's do 290 sales price. Okay. Let's say you put 5% down. It's a $275,500 loan. Multiply 0.5% on that, which comes out to be 14. $1,377 is going to be, you're paying more at that time once that fee's in place. So, I mean, it can be built into the rate. That can't be built in. Well, yeah, it's going to be built into the rate. So instead of being able to have a 2.99 rate, you're going to have like a 3 1/8 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of getting some examples because they're going to build it in. So it's going to be higher pricing for that interest rate.
Why are they doing this?
They call it an adverse market fee to pay for. They're doing it this is to pay for COVID. This is exactly what this is.
I mean, that seems they are going to penalize essentially the real estate market,
right?
To pay for all the
forbearances and all this stuff. This is their money grab to pay for this right now.
And like, is there any timeline, like, or is it just indefinite?
I mean, who knows? As soon as I guarantee, as soon as there's a vaccine, and then 1 or 2 or 3 much distant, then they're going to probably they'll probably keep it at least 6, if not 12 months. They haven't said indefinitely how long they're going to keep it, because I mean, who knows how long this is going to last. So, but it's just it's going to be more expensive to purchase a home as well now, because they didn't have that in there initially, but now they do
for refinances.
Just for refinances. Yep.
So, and this is this across the board? Like, it doesn't matter the type of loan?
Any conventional loan, not any government loan, but any conventional loan.
Okay.
That's sold to Fannie and Freddie.
This will not affect FHA.
If it's because Fannie and Freddie they're not purchasing. Let me just double check that.
Because that's interesting that is the plan to kind of, because we're all sitting wondering, like, the government is having all these incentives and all these, like, payouts or whatever, and it's
right.
I mean, it all has to come from somewhere at the end of the day.
I don't not because it's the FHFA, which is the for conventional loans. FHA is the Federal Housing Administration, and it's not for FHA loans. It's for any loans being sold, conventional loans being sold.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So should we be like, how can we, okay, so rates aren't going to go down, and these
I don't see them getting much lower than they are, but don't hold me to that. The rates are still great right now. So I think if you have somebody that's thinking that they either want to put their home on the market and and purchase a new home before the end of the year, then they definitely need to consider this fee that's implemented on the 1st. So
Wow. Man, and it's kind of funny to me that like I feel like that hasn't gotten enough um, like that's not really talked a lot about in the headlines.
Right.
The refi thing, I saw that, right? The fee for the refis. But now that it's going to be for purchases as well, nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, I don't. No, I just kind of just gonna do a quick Google search. So for it's not gonna apply to loans under 125,000 or any home ready or home possible loans.
Okay. So like no inventory under 125,000 anyways. Well,
Yeah.
that's generous of them.
If I read that right, it said purchases. Yeah, I'd have to double check that, but I'm 99% sure it purchases as well.
Wow.
Hey there. Yeah, so that's crazy. But I'll definitely double check. Just want to do a quick Google search on that. I don't.
And I mean, I think that we're going to see some, I think that anytime too, when you're doing an eviction ban and which, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with it, right? But like the landlords still are on the hook to pay those mortgages. So I always feel like whenever anything like that too, that's so dramatic comes out that I think there's like a ripple effect, right? That we might not see for like 6 months about how now landlords aren't able to pay, you know, the loans that they have property renting
Right.
out. Renters aren't paying. So I mean, I don't. It's not like a huge issue right this second, but I think it has the potential to be one down the
Yeah.
line.
Oh, absolutely, it does. Yeah.
And then you add on this, you know, these fees that are now being implemented as of December 1st, and I think the rates are low. The rates are great, right? But you know, I always tell people that you never know what the market's going to do. So if you're
Yeah.
like, if you're thinking today to buy a house, don't try to like play the market because
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't.
You're never gonna hit the bottom of
Yeah,
the market. You just know it's just not gonna happen. There's gonna be a day that's just don't do that.
right,
If you're happy with your payment, and of course, interest rate makes a lot of difference on things, but if you have a goal that you don't want to have a payment more than $1,800 and you're happy with that payment, a difference in the rate of 1/8% isn't going to be that substantial. So of course we want to get you the best loan, the best rate. But and what I say to my clients is, if you're happy with this rate or with this payment, this is the rate, then that's all that matters. If you're
right,
comfortable and you're happy with it, that's all that matters. And
right,
you're never going to hit the bottom. You may not ever see a 2.5 rate again. I mean,
right.
you just don't know.
I mean, and so yeah, exactly. And it's like if you're gonna sell, I think now's a great time to do it. If you're gonna buy, let's hit the streets, right? I mean, no one knows what's gonna be like in 6 months. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that live in your means, live in the moment. Don't try to wait for something that you think is going to happen in the future because it may not come. And try to live today. And I think that we're going to see workplaces adjusting. You're going to need more space for home offices, maybe
Right.
school teaching situations,
Yep.
for but let's get you comfortable today. Rates are still great. I mean, try not to feed into everything, but just be aware of the headlines, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. I read that somewhere, and I'll get you the
Maybe You could like drop the link in the show notes, like
Yeah.
find it maybe.
I'll double check on that. Blah blah blah. Anyways, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, that's what's up. I'm just trying to read here. Yeah. So yeah, I guess
That's pretty much it. It's kind of
pretty much
quiet.
it.
Next week we'll have August numbers from the MLS here in
Nice.
Charlotte. So I think those will be telling to see what we saw happen in August and kind of do a comparison of this summer and what that looked like in 2020 compared to 2019.
Right.
So yeah,
Cool.
that's all I got.
Me too.
All right.
Well, all right. And I think, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not sure who's on here right now, but anyways, happy Tuesday, everybody. Enjoy.
Make following both of us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of them. I will drop our contact information as always in the show notes for this, so be sure to check it out. And if you have any questions, you know where to find us. Have a great Tuesday.
Bye-bye. See you, Ash.